Welcome back to devlog number 1, which is the second devlog in the creation of this Moon Arcade defense wave shooter co-op thing. As you can see, the character is actually now the character, which is super cool. He's got his weapon there, and we've got an idle animation. We've got a forward walk animation, which I may do more work to. We've got a forward run animation. We've got some jump animations. I've got the aim offset animations made, but I don't have them working yet in here. And there is a fire animation, although I am having some complications with blending it. So that is being a little bit of a challenge. Really, I've gotten, I think, a respectable amount of work done, considering, I had, up until today, a full-time job. I got laid off. That was cool. Other story. But anyway, jump animations are in there. So yeah, it was really just a couple weekends, and pretty much everything I did the first 2 weekends ended up getting scrapped because, yeah, I've done a decent amount of prop animation, like guns and stuff like that. And I've always done that in Blender. I haven't done character animation a lot, and it's been like a year since I did it. And I did it all in Maya, and I don't have Maya anymore. So there was a bit of an adaptation curve. And at one point, I got really frustrated and broke down and bought Maya Indie again. And then I refunded it the next day as my hatred for Autodesk came back with a vengeance. And I tried Cascader, which was actually really cool, and I will probably use it for future projects, maybe. But, yeah, I was surprised how difficult it is to get something to kind of look normal while holding a gun. Just because, like, if you try to stretch your arm out, you really have to rotate the chest, or, like, the left arm is just not long enough to get out there to the grip. I actually shortened the gun a bit, like in the back. It's much stubbier back there than it was. So, yeah, there was a little complications there. And then the other thing that is mainly the source of my blending issues is when I rigged this, I was loosely referencing Royal Skies tutorials, and I do not mean this as a criticism to him at all, because his stuff is awesome and his stuff is really short, so it's great when you know how to do something, but you kind of forgot exactly how to do it. This is my replacement for this, but the character, he had a thing where he used an IK bone on the spine, which I almost didn't do because it seemed kind of unnecessary, but I thought, what the hell, and did it. And as you can see, that kind of breaks the chain, so I can't blend from, like, spine. Like, I can't make a slot, like, in my animation graph. As you can see, like, a layered blend per bone, I can't do the whole spine. At least I can't figure out a way. If there's a way to do this, just please let me know. As you can see here, I did actually just the other night kind of just get rid of it and bring in another character that I want to test out without it, and maybe just retarget the stuff that I've done so far and then use this going forward, because that is being kind of challenging to deal with. But yeah, the firing, it's more than just the firing animation that's implemented too. I actually have a lot of the logic for the actual firing function in. I can't really test it yet because I haven't made health yet or anything to really shoot. So my goals for this month will be doing more of the animation. I got a treadmill, so I'll be able to film myself and get better references for the walking. It was honestly really hard to have not done any organic animation in a year, start with a software I haven't really done that before, and then do a walk animation like with a gun, because it's not symmetrical, so you can't just really do one side and then flip it. It's kind of like, I was surprised how hard this was. What I'm probably going to do, I'm going to get some reference of myself walking. I'm going to make all the player animations as best I can, and then I will continue the project, do the alien animations, and then at the end, after I've done the animations on the aliens, I'll probably just take a little refinement pass on the character animations after I have a little more practice there. I'm pretty happy with a lot of them. They could be a little better, But like this, I don't think this is too bad, especially considering my experience level with doing it. I might be able to make it a little better after some reference, and then hopefully by the end of the project I can make it decently better. But I really only have the forward ones for walking at the moment. You can see, regardless of how I walk, he just kind of goes forward. I do have the aim offset animations, but again, I don't actually have them hooked up yet all the way. They're partially hooked up, but jumping is there. Kind of need to exaggerate the leg movement, I guess, a little more. He looks a little stiff. I found that interesting too. Is like the animations look like he's moving a lot, almost comically much in like Blender, and then I bring it in, and like the movement is barely noticeable. Like you can see, the legs are moving, but not a lot. But that's an easy fix. I just like grab the curves and kind of scale them up. You can see the base has changed a little bit. I've kind of decided not to work on this anymore until a bit of the gameplay is in, because I don't want to finalize stuff and then get the gameplay and decide it's way too big. But I did generate some concepts with Midjourney that I actually really like. So I will use that. That's what this block out, and like these I kind of did a bit of tweaking too, but so I'm not sure if I'll just do like a singular base in the middle, like the concept I generated. I kind of changed what was going on over here a bit to kind of work with that more. So I don't know if I'll do something like that. This is much less wide. I do kind of like that because obviously you're going to have to defend the main thing, and it would be kind of weird if it's super spread out. But stuff like that I don't really want to make final decisions on until I can kind of experience what the gameplay is actually going to be like. So yeah, I'll hold off on that for a bit, I think. So our mainly goals are going to be continuing the animations for the player, and I want to make the muzzle flash effects for the gun probably this month. Some other stuff did just get laid off, so I will have a little more time, although I'll probably be spending a lot of time probably making like asset packs or something to sell. I'll probably put a link in this. I do have a Udemy course on making 3D assets for games for beginners. If anyone needs that, there'll be a discount below this. That actually did pretty well for Black Friday, so that will help me a little bit. And I'll probably find some pointless part-time job for the meantime. And then the other exciting thing that has happened is just the other day, my character artist did hand over the first alien. So we can go see him over here. I probably will not rig him or animate him anytime super soon. But you can see he looks pretty awesome. This is going to kind of be... There's going to be one like superior aliens, and then there's going to be a lower tier aliens that are going to be like slaves of these dudes. So these things will be like intelligent, and then there'll be the other alien. We haven't really done any concepting for, well, actually she's probably working on that now, but yeah, those things, I kind of want something just stupid and melee, kind of like Destiny Thralls is kind of what I want to go for there. And I haven't decided which ones are actually going to plant the bombs yet. Like, we could have these guys plant bombs, or I was thinking of having the dumb ones have like suicide run bombs, like the basically do the orc run and Lord of the Rings and just have to run into the building and blow themselves up. But you know, we'll see how we go there. So all in all, I did not accomplish near as much as I wanted to accomplish, but under the circumstances, I'm happy about it now. Like the first 2 weeks, I was really frustrated with the progress I was making, but it's coming along. I planned for things to take a lot longer than I expected them to take. Like, I know that's just part of the process. So yeah, all in all, it is starting to look like a game. Having a character and having them hold the gun and all that definitely makes it start to feel like a game. So mainly be focused on animations and getting them to work. Probably work on the effects for the muzzle flash and the bullet trails. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. And hopefully in another month, I'll have that to show you. So thanks for watching, and I will make another one of these in a month.